Your excuses aren't unique. They're copy-pasted from everyone else who's stuck. Time, money, energy, circumstances. You think your situation is different. It's not. Let's run the list. No time, no money, too tired, bad timing, wrong place, wrong background, family obligations, health issues, the economy, your age, your location, your education. Notice something? Millions of people have the exact same list, and millions of them are still executing while you're explaining why you can't. Your brain has a trick. When you succeed, you say it was your effort and talent. When you fail, you blame everything else. Your brain does this automatically to protect your feelings. It's not a character flaw, it's how you're wired. But knowing that doesn't change what it actually is. A way to stay comfortable and stuck. Here's the reality. Your circumstances aren't stopping you. How you think about your circumstances is stopping you. You've decided you're someone who can't do things. Every excuse you repeat becomes proof that supports the story you tell yourself about why you can't execute. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire during a plague, during multiple wars. He had assassination attempts, political chaos, family deaths, and endless problems. He didn't have time either. He still wrote meditations. He still did his job. He still stayed disciplined. Because he understood something you haven't accepted yet. Things are never perfect. They're just things. The brain doesn't care about your dreams. Evolution built it for one purpose: survival. Staying comfortable and saving energy. Every time you start something hard, your brain fights back. It creates thoughts that sound smart. Good reasons to wait. To prepare more. To start when things calm down. This isn't wisdom. It's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do. Keep you safe from risk and discomfort, so you wait for the right time, the right circumstances, the right amount of money or energy or clarity. And while you wait, someone with worse problems and fewer advantages does it anyway. Not because they're special, because they stopped arguing with their excuses. Let's test something. Think about your biggest excuse right now, the one that feels most real, most fair. Now ask yourself this. Has anyone, anywhere, ever succeeded despite having that exact problem? The answer is yes, always yes, which means the problem isn't the real wall. Your belief that it's a wall is the wall. Studies show something interesting. People don't run out of discipline randomly. They run out when they think they should run out. When they're told willpower runs out fast, they quit faster. When they're told it lasts longer, they push longer. Your excuses work the same way. They're not facts. They're beliefs you've repeated until they feel like facts. You don't have time. Real meaning. You haven't made it a priority. You don't have money. Real meaning. You haven't changed your spending or found a cheaper way. You're too tired. Real meaning. You're using energy on less important things and calling them necessary. Every excuse has a more honest translation. And that translation always points back to your choice. This isn't about blame, it's about truth. You're not lazy or broken or worse off than everyone else. You're human, and humans naturally want to save energy. Work needs a reason, comfort doesn't. So the brain creates reasons why resting and waiting makes sense. It sounds wise, it feels like you know yourself. It's neither. It's your brain wanting things to stay the same. Here's what nobody tells you. Discipline isn't about having perfect conditions. It's about doing it despite conditions. The difference between people who build and people who explain is simple. One group sees obstacles and moves anyway. The other group lists every obstacle and uses them as permission to stop. You've probably noticed something by now. I don't ask you to subscribe. I don't beg for likes or follows or approval. Because if the message doesn't land, begging won't fix that. The people who recognize truth stay. The people who need comfort leave. That's how it works. You use the same logic on yourself. Stop asking your circumstances for permission. Stop waiting for conditions to approve your effort. Do it or don't. But don't pretend the wall is outside when it's inside. Science proves this. Action comes before motivation, not after. You don't wait to feel like doing it, then do it. You do it, then the feeling comes. Waiting to feel ready means waiting forever. Feeling ready only happens after you've already started moving, not before. So what happens when you drop the excuses? When you stop arguing with your limits and just work within them? You find out something uncomfortable. Most of your walls were optional. Not all of them. Some obstacles are real, some limits are real. But most of what you've been calling impossible is just hard. And hard isn't the same as impossible. You've been treating them like the same thing. Think about the last time you had a real deadline, something with actual consequences, a project due, a flight to catch, something you couldn't break. Did you suddenly find time, energy, focus? Of course you did, because urgency removes the argument. You didn't have room for excuses, so you just did it. That version of you already exists. You just don't use it unless outside pressure forces you. Now imagine living like that by choice, not from panic, from discipline, treating your goals like must-do deadlines instead of nice-to-have wishes. No big speeches, no motivation needed, just doing it as the default. That's not inspiration. That's changing your behavior. And it works whether you feel ready or not. Your excuses are boring because they're not even yours. They're borrowed, copied, socially acceptable scripts people use to explain not doing things without admitting they chose not to. You're repeating words someone else wrote. And every time you repeat them, they get stronger, more automatic, more real. The uncomfortable truth is this: you have more control than you're using, more ability than you're tapping into, more time than you're admitting. Not unlimited, not easy, but more than the story you've been telling yourself allows. So stop waiting for permission that will never come. Stop looking for the perfect moment that doesn't exist. Stop treating obstacles like bosses who decide if you can move forward. They're not. They're just conditions. And conditions don't control results. How you respond to them does. Discipline means doing it anyway. Not when it's easy. Not when you feel like it. Not when everything's perfect. When it's not. When it's hard. When every part of you wants to wait. That's when discipline proves itself. Not in perfect company. Conditions. But when things push back, you already know what needs to be done. You've known for a while. The excuses aren't protecting you from failure. They're protecting you from the discomfort of trying. And that's the trade you've been making. Comfort now, regret later. Safety in explaining, stuck in not doing. The choice is still yours. It's always been yours. You can keep the excuses. They're comfortable, familiar. Everyone accepts them. Or you can drop them and see what you're actually capable of. When limits stop being who you are and become just conditions you work within. No one's coming to make it easier. No perfect moment is waiting. No outside approval will make the work feel less hard. It's just you, your choices, and the gap between where you are and where you could be if you stopped explaining why you can't. Comfort ends here. No sympathy,